Honey, I'm home. Oh, I forgot. I'm not married. Welcome to the franchise, episode 138 or something. And
130.
I'm your host with the most health, that is, Daniel Ehrenberg.
Hello, and I am your very sick co-host right now. Sometimes mentally, but right now physically. I have quite a bad cold. Bear with me. It's the H-bomb. How you doing, everybody?
The H-bomb, I love it. Bringing to mind all the dead in Hiroshima.
You always know what I'm aiming for.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, Hank.
Yeah.
I am a little sick too, and that was going to be my shtick tonight. But then I started talking to you, and you sound like garbage.
Yeah, I am not doing well. I am not doing well, kids. But soldiering forth for your entertainment. I don't know how entertaining it's going to be with my constant nose sneezing. But
Henry
we'll see.
is
You don't sound
soldiering
sick to
forth.
me.
I just started feeling sick today, and I just ate, which helped. I'm on Tylenol, extra strength.
Yeah, I'm on Dayquil and extra strength Tylenol right now.
Love it.
Yeah,
and
not really doing it, but yep.
All right, let's do it. Let's soldier on. I've got soul, but I'm not a soldier, Henry.
I know.
Okay?
I know
now,
that.
Henry, we're talking about 3 movies today, so we got to get the fuck going.
Let's go.
All right. We've got a lot of... We're loaded with segments. We're featured up. All right? And so here we got it. We're doing Batman Returns today. The best Batman movie. We're talking about Batman Mask of the Phantasm, a movie that I saw in theaters, and boy, my mom spent a lot of money to see this hour and 15-minute episode of a cartoon. And then we're talking about Batman Forever, in which it all goes to shit. All right. Not to give all of my opinions.
We're covering 3 Batman movies today. I do have a particular one that I think is above the rest, but we're going to save that for a little bit.
I think I know what's going to happen. I'm not going to make a prediction right now or anything, but I think I know what's going to happen.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to be non-combative tonight.
Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Now, let's talk about it. Batman Returns. It comes to us 3 years, the magic window from the first one. Tim Burton's directing. Sam Hamm has a story credit, but supposedly most of his shit didn't get used. New writer, Daniel Waters.
Yeah.
One of our best Daniels. And
is he?
He is. He wrote Heathers. And now here he is writing the number 1 best Batman movie.
I can see your opinion has not changed.
Listen,
already.
Henry, if anything, you know I love this movie.
Yeah, I do.
And I was expecting it to change a little bit, and it did, Henry.
Mm-hmm.
I love it more than ever. It's a masterpiece. And I think it might be higher on my Tim Burton list than it was before.
Wow. Okay. All right. Interesting.
So here it is. Batman Returns. Burton's back. Daniel Waters. Released June 19th, 1992. Summer release. A budget of $80 million. A box office of $266.8 million. Slightly, I believe, decreased from the first one. Which the darkness and dreariness of it was blamed, which fair enough, and here it is. Michael Keaton got $11 million to come back.
Good for him.
Yeah, to deliver 4 lines of dialogue, and Annette Bening was cast as Catwoman. But she got pregnant, and this was the days of Hollywood when if someone got pregnant, they just got fired.
Yeah.
I don't think that would happen today. We'd
No.
find a way.
You're staying on till week 36.
Yeah. So Pfiff got the role. The Max Schreck role was originally written for Billy D. Williams, reprising Harvey Dent. And somehow that became a new part played by Christopher Walken.
Correct.
Apparently originally written as the Penguin's brother. Like it was going to be like the golden boy of the Cobblepot family.
Yeah, I read that. Yeah.
Yeah. And there was originally going to be Robin in this movie, and it was going to be Marlon Wayans, but then he got written out at the last minute.
I remember that, like, happening and hearing about that. Yeah.
And that was before Wayans Brothers was a thing. Like, Marlon Wayans was fresh, baby.
Well, Damon and Keenan were pretty.
No, I mean
the
TV show, The Wayans Brothers, Henry.
Oh, look at you! Wow, I'm going way back. Okay, yeah.
No, I'm thinking of my John Witherspoon magic.
Wow.
And so Henry, it was a big movie. It came in at number 3 at the box office for 1992, just behind Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, which is a previous episode, as well as Aladdin.
Right. Aladdin was the number 1?
That was the number 1 movie of the year, sure. The whitewashed Aladdin film. Nominated for a couple Oscars here.
Oh, shit.
2 Oscars.
So what's Oscar stand for again?
What does Oscar stand for? That was your question?
Interesting.
What?
Right.
What? Are you going to play a theme for me?
No, I was, but I was just waiting for a little bit of background on it before it could get up there.
Oh, Henry. Listen, I'm just going to say it. This movie was nominated for Best Visual Effects at the Oscars.
Really?
That's right. And it lost to Death Becomes Her.
Oh, my.
Yeah. And then, also nominated for Best Makeup. And the winner is, I'm sorry, Batman. It's Bram Stoker's Dracula. All right. Nominated for a Razzie, Henry.
Guess what, buddy?
What?
We got a theme for that now.
Oh, my God. I'm so excited.
I've been waiting for this day for a very long time. Okay, are you ready?
I am.
All right, here we go.
It's the raspberries, no razzmatazz. All we're lacking is a little pizzazz, 'cause it's the golden raspberries. It's the worst of the worst, not the best of the best. It's pizzazz gone raz.
It's too long. It's good. It's great. But Jesus Christ.
You know, it's a jazz number.
It is.
A lot of scatting going on there.
Sure, razzmatazz.
Yeah, razzmatazz. I wrote that on October 28th.
You wrote that?
Yeah, that was written on October 28th.
Yeah, you have that on your phone?
Composition date.
Sure.
Well, it's on the recording. Yeah. So that's how long I've been waiting to play that.
All right, well, Danny DeVito was nominated for Worst Supporting Actor, Henry.
Oh, gee, let me guess. Danny DeVito?
I said Danny DeVito was nominated for Worst Supporting Actor.
Oh, I missed the DeVito part.
Okay. Listen, he lost to the worst supporting actor, Tom Selleck, in Christopher Columbus, The Discovery.
That's probably a good call.
Selleck?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty bad movie, as I recall. But
sure,
I don't really remember
it's the second best of the 2 shitty Christopher Columbus movies from that year.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. 1492. Yeah.
Henry, nominated for a few MTV Movie Awards. You know I love them.
Oh, yeah. Go for it.
Okay. Keaton and Pfeiffer were nominated for Best Kiss.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They lost to Christian Slater and Marissa Tomei in Untamed Heart. All right?
What a year.
What a year it was. Danny DeVito was nominated for Best Villain. They disagreed with the
Okay.
Razzies, and the winner was, listen to this, Jennifer Jason Leigh for Single White Female.
That was a big movie for that MTV crowd. I remember that.
That
very
was a
well.
great movie.
Yeah.
I had it on
That's
VHS.
It's entertaining. It's actually pretty well done, as I recall. I can't remember who directed that. I think it was somebody significant or famous, at least.
Adrian Lyne.
Sounds like it. I don't know.
Michelle Pfeiffer. We've done this category before. Henry was nominated for Most Desirable Female.
Oh, okay.
You'll recall
Sure,
that Sandra
sure.
Bullock won this for Speed the previous year, or the next year, maybe.
And rightly so.
Okay, but she lost it this year to Sharon Stone for Basic Instinct.
Oh, goodness.
She went the
goodness,
extra
goodness.
mile. She flashed that little cooch.
That's what'll do it every time.
It's true. Henry,
Get you that MTV. Yeah.
you'll get that Moon Man. Isn't that a thing? No, I think
Yeah,
that's the VMA.
no,
I think
no.
that's the VMA.
Oh,
The
okay,
Moon
that's
Man,
good, though.
it's like
Good
a
call.
tub of popcorn, right? It's a golden
Right.
tub of popcorn.
That's right.
Because
That's
people at
right.
the movies, they'll eat some popcorn.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Matt Singer, a film critic of some note, ranked from best to worst all the movie candies this week, Henry.
Really?
Yeah, and Snowcaps came in last.
Never had a snow cap. I've seen them many times. I've never had a desire.
Number one was Starburst.
Starburst is amazing. So
I love Starburst, but they're individually wrapped. And you're in the dark.
I get the minis now. They're unwrapped. They're great.
There's unwrapped Starburst?
They're in a bag, and they're like just candies. They're fantastic. You should try them. I swear.
I will if I ever see them.
Yeah,
I don't know
they're
what's
great.
going
They're
on in
excellent.
New Jersey where they have unwrapped Starburst hanging around.
They're always been ahead of the curve on candy here. You know, the whole Atlantic City thing. That's what's going on.
Yeah, you do. You have a lot of taffy.
That's right.
Yeah. Henry, what's your top 10 movies of 1992?
All right. My number 10 movie of 1992 is the Louis Malle film.
Oh! Who are you, me?
Yeah. Great movie called Damage.
Okay.
You ever heard of it?
No.
Yeah. Jeremy Irons, and it's a great movie.
Listen, this isn't a good year. I'm not happy with this list. I'm just going to throw out whatever. I was going to say honorable mentions, but who gives a shit?
Yeah, I have them too, but yeah.
I'm going to say number 10 here is Singles.
Okay. All right. My number 9 is Basic Instinct.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right. My number 9 is Glengarry Glen Ross.
Oh, happy to see it on there. I don't know that was on there before.
No, listen, I redid this list, and I don't know about it.
I'm happy with my list given the year, to be honest. Number 8 for me is Reservoir Dogs.
Sure. My number 8 is Night on Earth.
Sure. My number 7 is the better Danny DeVito vehicle this year, Hoffa.
That's not better. My number 7 is Twin Peaks, Fire Walk with Me.
That's an honorable mention for me. Yeah. My number 6 is A Few Good Men.
Yeah, that's a great one. My number 6 is Bad Lieutenant.
Honorable mention for me.
A film we will cover.
Probably should have been on there instead of Basic Instinct, but
Oh, probably.
Couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Heavy hitters. These are the grand slams, the slap shots, the three-pointers, the touchdowns.
We're doing
the
this inside.
curls
I
when
feel
the
like this is
puck gets
reverberating
close to the
off of my
circle.
skull.
These are the heavy hitters of the franchise, heavy hitters.
Glengarry Glen Ross.
Okay, my number 5 is Robert Altman's The Player.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Number 4 for me is Woody Allen's Husbands and Wives.
What a film it is. The
Great
old
movie.
farewell to women who weren't his daughter. Number 4 is Unforgiven.
Number 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I see where this is going right away. Yeah. Number 3 for me, and I even had this on my prior lists from 7 years ago, saying rewatch needed, and still hasn't
Your
happened.
Pryor is
But
that your
number
ranking
3,
of Richard
Malcolm
Pryor
X.
films? Okay, number 3. Sorry, Malcolm X is number 3. My number 3 is Reservoir Dogs.
Missed that last part, buddy. Say it
Reservoir
again. Sorry.
Dogs is my number 3.
Okay. All right. My number 2 is Last of the Mohicans.
Yep. My number 2 is Husbands and Wives.
Number 1 movie of 1992 is Unforgiven.
Okay, and I have Malcolm X.
Right.
I'm a little more socially conscious than you.
You always have been.
More given to supporting diverse artists.
It's true. You have been. You always have been.
Is that true?
Yeah, I'm very close-minded with that.
A little more conservative than I am, I would say.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always been known as kind of a conservative gent in all realms, so I understand.
I think
Makes
that's
sense.
true. I think
Yeah.
that's true.
No. Makes sense.
Hank the Tank, can we talk about the greatest of all Batman movies now?
Oh God, yes. Keep in mind, I am already sick, right? You're not trying to make me like more ill. Right?
Oh, no, I'm not trying to make you vomit with my strong opinion about this feature film.
Anything with a superhero, any superhero movie with the word returns in it. You're a big.
I
fan.
love
Is that
them.
what-
I love when superheroes return, Henry. You know, I don't love it when they're there. That's never that great to me. But then when they
Right.
return, I'm
Right.
in.
Yeah,
all right?
yeah.
But then when they last forever, no thank you.
No, thank you. This is a much better experience than that other one with returns in the title. I'll tell you that.
Oh, you prefer this movie.
Oh, ugh.
Henry, what's
Yeah.
not to love about Batman Returns?
All right. Well, can I tell you?
Please do.
Okay. So I hadn't seen this movie in a very long time. So I was
A Dog's Age.
A Dog's Age. I don't think I've seen this movie in its entirety probably since I was in my early 20s, which is for you youngsters out there almost 2 decades ago. And specifically knowing we were going to do Batman, I wanted to come in with a fresh perspective, and I know it's Dan's favorite Batman movie, so I really wanted to be like, all right, let's do this. Let's just like I've never seen it, and especially since my opinion of the original was kind of revitalized more, and God, it was far worse than I ever remember.
Oh, no!
And I was just really.
But Henry,
let
you
me-
love the first one and not this one?
I have a very specific reason, which I didn't really, I wasn't really sure, which is why I'm glad that I watched the two of them. For me, it was very interesting. Remember last week we were talking about how the difference, like how you didn't think of the original at the time, and then maybe now you are a little bit of as a Tim Burton movie so exclusively.
Oh, yeah. This
Right.
baby is Tim Burton through and through, man.
That's right. And I think for me, that's a little bit of the problem. And so there's
More like the solution.
right. And so for me, any of the humor or the grittiness or the seriousness or the even capturing the mood, the atmosphere, the character, the music,
Everything you're saying is great.
it's all gone
No!
from what was in the first one.
Henry,
And
the music?
Yeah. Oh, with those cat themes
Oh,
going all over the place.
This is Danny Elfman's best score.
Hang on. I'm making a long point, but it's my main point.
I'd
So,
love to hear it.
I know. So it's something hit me that had never hit me before, and that is that this downward slide of the Batman films for me did not start with Batman Forever. It started here. because this is the first movie. It's way goofier than I remembered it. I did not remember it being all this silliness. I did not remember all that.
Oh,
yeah.
You didn't remember penguins with torpedoes on their backs?
I certainly did
and
not.
Little metal hats.
I certainly did not. I mean, I had. It really dawned on me how little I did remember the movie, because I remembered certain pieces, but when it came together, I don't think that I think it's like solidly made, so I can't like trash it for that. But I could not get into this take on Batman. I think it's a radical, and I never thought this ever. It is so different from the first one in every way.
Yes.
And I know that's what a lot of people like about it, but for me, no way. Just so ludicrous, and Danny DeVito is so insufferable.
I love him. Henry, to quote Danny DeVito, this film is just the pussy I've been looking for. I love this movie from front to back, and this is my movie, Henry.
I'm here. I want to hear. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Something weird was happening to my computer.
Oh, that's good. Good.
Yeah. Okay. Henry,
as always, folks, we're on the cutting edge right now.
Listen, we have the worst technology of any podcast in the world. All right?
Yep.
I'm recording this. We're recording our podcast literally on my iPod right now. That's what's happening.
When we get our Patreon
30 gigs, baby.
When we get our Patreon account set up, you guys are going to fund us. So we're going to have the highest kind of bat computer technology here to do this.
You are going to get so much bonus, constantly breaking up content. All right?
There's going to be even more bullshit, except this time you're going to be paying for it.
Yeah. You know what that was just now, Henry? That pause in the podcast?
What was it?
I have a virus on my computer, and it was just acting up.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I hate you. You have a virus.
Yeah. I have a Mac, and I managed to get viruses on it.
Jeez. I wonder if that's been an issue. Okay.
Well, I watch a lot of, fucking movies for free.
Yeah, maybe you should start paying for them.
Never, Henry. I watched The Scorpion King last night. I'm not paying for that.
I paid for Mask of the Phantasm.
I did too. I did too. For movies for the podcast, I pay for them, Henry.
Oh.
That is my pledge to you, the audience. I will not watch these podcast movies illegally.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know. All right, so any issues we're having are on your end. All right, let's go.
Henry,
tell me about Batman Returns.
Start to finish, it's a perfect film. It opens with Pee Wee Herman, and there he is. He doesn't have any lines of dialogue, but he's just Pee Wee Herman right there. And you got fucking... Apparently that part was offered to Burgess Meredith, by the way. We're back from a break. Henry and I have been fighting.
Good times.
Yeah, listen, it's tough. This isn't going to be a great episode, gang. But it's an episode. It exists.
And that's what's important.
To me.
Yeah, not to me.
Okay, listen. Pee Wee Herman... takes the baby. The baby eats a cat. You know I don't like that.
No, I was out when I saw Pee Wee Herman.
What do you mean?
It took me right out of the movie.
But he's part of the Tim Burton Repertory Company.
I'm aware of that. And
it's not like he looks like Pee Wee Herman. He's Paul Rubens. He's a good actor.
Oh, get out of here. He might be a good actor, but it's fucking Pee Wee Herman. Come on.
It was offered to Burgess Meredith. He turned it down because he was in poor health.
It's offered to him because he was dead. Yeah.
No, it was offered to him.
I know it was. Yeah.
I'm not joking.
I know you're not. I know that fact. All right.
All right, so they throw the baby penguin in the sewer, and he goes hurtling down, and Danny Elfman kicks your fucking ass with a score for like 10 minutes, and it's awesome. And then he grows up to be Danny DeVito. He's got a gang of circus performers.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah. Yes.
They've all got fun purge masks.
True.
Yeah.
True.
You love that.
Gotham is significantly different, a little bit different. But
Yeah,
that's all right.
way better looking, more fully formed. They've got a nice mayor character.
They have one corner of a block in the movie. That's cool. That's all that there is.
Well, it takes place near the Rockefeller Center.
Yeah, that's what we got. That's it.
Yeah.
All right, little neighborhood there.
Sure.
Tiny spot. Little spot in the stairs. All right.
Henry, you're only... This was really an argument you wanted to make before we got into that fight, or are you just sticking in the screwdriver?
I don't like that. No, not at all.
All right. Listen.
I'm giving you what you'd give me, my friend. That's for sure.
Pfeiffer, she's Selena Kyle,
Yeah.
and DeVito, she's like a mousy secretary.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
And she's getting sexually abused by her boss, Max Schreck. It's sort of like a better version of that movie Disclosure.
The role reverse.
Roll,
I guess.
yeah. And she gets pushed out the window there. She falls down, and she gets resurrected by magical cats.
Yes. Yes. And you're still in.
I'm so in. Because
in.
this movie is like a fucking fever dream, Henry. Just every moment that's on screen, something ridiculous is happening, but in a good way. Like everything in Forever and Batman and Robin, they're cartoony and shit. It's like ridiculous stuff, but credible. It feels like a fucking really dark comic book.
All right, 2 points. One, I think you made an excellent point. The way to describe it is a fever dream. That's very good, I think. But the two is that for me, you're right. It is cartoony, but it doesn't work, and that's the difference.
But you're taking it
too much.
It's the main villain of this movie is Penguin, and he's one of the craziest characters that has ever been created for a comic book. He is a fucking little penguin man, and he smokes long cigarettes, and he's got crazy. He's very interested in umbrellas.
Yeah.
All right.
That's I can't argue that.
He has a large collection of trick umbrellas.
It's a haberdashery.
Yeah, and isn't that hats?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. He wears a top hat.
That's right.
Yeah, and tails.
But they make him so Burton gives him kind of he's like Kleenex white with flippers, actual flippers.
He's got legit flipper hands.
And his saliva is black ink.
Yeah.
And he's very sexually aggressive. I forgot that about the movie.
Well,
is he looking for some? My
Lord. He's been down in the sewer living with these circus performers his whole life. Yeah. You got to imagine I think he's fucking that lady with the poodle.
Oh, you think the poodle lady? Okay.
Yeah. The one who's like the one who at the end of the movie is making all those announcements.
Yes.
Yeah. Transmission interrupted.
Okay, that was funny. I thought that was funny.
It is funny.
Yeah. I just think if it was a little, oh boy, I didn't think it was as dark as everybody said.
It's so dark.
Tell me why. Tell me what. Because all the darkness is offset by the goofiness. That's what is confusing to me.
But the goofiness is the darkness, Henry.
Really?
Because
yeah.
the goofiness is so macabre and weird and tonally just like in the gutter, and Batman's just murdering people left and right.
Well, he did that in the first one.
No, but he's
this is really overt. Yeah.
And the Penguin as a villain is just he's like a little demon. He bites a motherfucker's nose off at one point.
I know, but he's not a good villain though, dude.
And he's just like gasping for air all the time, and he's always wearing that dirty white thermal.
It's a onesie.
I love the Penguin. I think Danny DeVito's dynamite in this movie.
I think he's awful.
I think Danny DeVito and Michelle Pfeiffer are both better than Jack Nicholson as the Joker.
Okay.
I really do. Because Jack Nicholson as the Joker is just Jack Nicholsoning around. He doesn't create a character. To me, DeVito and Pfeiffer disappear into these characters.
But the thing is that I think the difference is that, well, one of the many differences, but I think one of the main differences is that the Nicholson character is threatening. And these
the
two...
The DeVito character is threatening.
Oh, my God. No, he's not. He's pitiable.
Listen,
he's pitiful.
Henry,
he's just pitiful.
Who would you be more scared of if you ran into them in a dark alley? Jack Nicholson in clown makeup or a weird penguin thing with flippers?
Well, who would I be more afraid of killing me?
Yeah.
Or just afraid to see? You know, I mean,
listen,
the one is scary and homicidal, and the other one's just this fucking little runt.
One of them's dancing around to Prince, and the other one's stabbing people with an umbrella.
Wait, the other one's dancing around to who is it at the end there? U2?
No, that's not till Batman Forever, bro.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro.
It's okay, bro. No, he's just dancing around to that sweet, sweet Danny Elfman score. By the way, that Danny Elfman score never lets up. You're hearing Danny Elfman's score in the back of every shot in this movie, and I am into it.
All right, so here's my question. I think this will get to some of my curiosity about the incongruity of
Did you know that curiosity killed the cat?
I heard that several times in the movie. The incongruity of your opinions, not the validity, obviously. You're totally cool with two completely different conceptions of a character, and I think that's interesting. I think that's unique.
Batman is a watery character, Henry.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're into Batman,
okay,
you can't be into just one version of Batman. Batman's a watery character. They've tried to put him into so many different stories.
But you say that about Superman. I mean, you say
I say that about every DC comic book character. They're ill-defined.
Yeah, I don't think that's true of Batman.
Well, I think Batman has been defined by various very definitive runs on the character, but they're all very different. So you say what you...
Okay, can I give you my 4 examples of where the core Batman comes for me?
Go ahead.
Least, and then you tell me. All right, so for me... Because it's really formed by growing up. It's not from movies. It's from all right, so it's from The Dark Knight Returns. It's from Year One. So you got Frank Miller. It's from Alan Moore, The Killing Joke. And it's from you're going to laugh, but it is part. I can't remember who wrote the last Arkham.
You mean Arkham Asylum, the Grant Morrison thing?
No, but I was going to name that as well. I was going to make 5.
I don't know
Grant
what the
Morrison.
last Arkham is.
Yeah, you do. We've talked about it. Zaz is he's introduced in it. Zaz is his first introduction.
I just don't remember.
Okay, well, anyway, so those 5 comics are Batman to me, and they're all extremely similar.
Okay, they're all similar, but
right.
So that's your Batman.
Definitely. Okay. Definitely.
But one could argue that a definitive version of the character is the Adam West version.
Correct.
One could argue that the definitive version is Paul Dini's work on the animated series.
All right.
One could argue that, the version, the weird Grant Morrison run in the 2000s with Batman Incorporated and shit.
Yeah.
There's so many versions of Batman.
I guess. I mean, that's a good point. I guess it's just almost like, which version do you prefer? Is that what you're saying?
I guess, but to me, Batman Returns does a better job of any movie that has Batman in it of incorporating all those versions, because it is funny like fucking Adam West. It is dark as shit like Batman, like Dark Knight Returns or whatever. And it has a really good rogues gallery. It introduces new characters, which I think is fun. And it is a fucking Tim Burton movie from 1992, which heavily appeals to me.
Yeah, and it doesn't to me, I guess. I even though I like the movies he made sandwiched around this. Yeah, I guess it's just this movie to me is just another continuation of the Adam West thing. It's not that far removed. And I guess for me I'm aware of what you're thinking and feeling is dark and all that, but that's just not to me. And
But I don't want it to be purely dark. That's
right.
dull
No, I
to
know.
me.
I get it. Sure. I know. But I'm just saying for me, I guess my version of Batman is not watery. And,
But
just because there's been
But that's because it's your version of my version of Batman isn't watery either. But I just mean Batman as a character that has existed over the course of 80 years.
Yeah.
Is
Right. I mean, it's inevitable that there's going to be so many takes on it, and either you're going to like one or not like one. And I guess what my slight revelation was that I was going into the first Batman with Burton thinking that was also going to be too goofy and too stupid.
It is to me. That first one is goofier than this one.
See, that's so funny to me. I don't see how you think that. It's so different and dark and truly dark.
It's not a fully formed movie. To me, I think Batman has a bunch of good moments and it never sort of congeals into anything. I think Batman Returns is a full-fledged movie with a singular voice. And I think that voice is honestly Daniel Waters, the writer.
Yeah, well, it might be. But I mean, I think that you had a cooler... I mean, let's face it. It's a comic book adaptation, so certain things you're going to want to see in there. And I just feel like this movie is striving for a certain type of competition with the production design from the first one, but it completely pales in comparison.
I disagree.
Yeah.
I think the Shrek building is really cool. I love the sequence where Catwoman is running around in that department store and shit. I love all the stuff.
Jumping rope.
Yeah, that's awesome with her little whip. I love the circus gang. I love Michelle Pfeiffer's apartment.
Yeah.
With the hello there sign that becomes hell here.
Yeah. I did feel one thing that I was trying to help. I was really trying to help myself to like it, to get into it. And one thing I just kept trying to think of was, if this were in a comic book, would it look cool? Would it make sense? And the answer was yes.
Yes.
Like, it would work. That's right. But you flip it on the screen, and for me, it doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like, if it stayed in the book, of course a circus gang is going to work. It's a goddamn Batman comic, But, like, the reverse just didn't work for me. Like,
I think it works on the screen, man. I think for me. The idea of a villain having henchmen is always a fun thing.
Obviously,
and in the first Batman movie, it was just like dudes with the Joker's face on their lapels. In this one, it's a bunch of circus performers. It's awesome.
I guess no, I mean, I don't guess that it's awesome, but I mean,
and the Batmobile is awesome, and I think Michael Keaton is better in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Keaton is my MVP.
He's fucking awesome in this movie. And his scenes, he has legitimate chemistry with Michelle Pfeiffer. They are great together.
Not as much as he did with Kim Basinger.
I totally disagree. I think
now, is that also because you like Michelle Pfeiffer as an actress a lot more than you like Kim Basinger?
That's 100% true, but I also think you're talking about Vicky Vale versus Catwoman.
Well, sure, but I don't think Michelle Pfeiffer's like bad or anything, but I just think Kim Basinger and him just had it was total. I don't know. It's just
Pfeiffer's my MVP in this movie. I think she totally disappears into Catwoman. I think she's giving her all every second of this movie. I think it's such a singular version of a female supervillain on screen to the point where I don't think there's been as good a female superhero character in movies since this one.
Jesus Christ. Wow. Whew.
Yeah.
We got to get Anton First back from the dead so he can build Bold Statement City, am I right?
Henry.
Yeah.
You know that mistletoe is dangerous. It's dangerous to kiss under mistletoe.
Oh, God, that made me cringe.
I loved it every second.
made me cringe, especially the second time.
No, call back. No, come on. When it came back the second time, they realized they are each other, and she goes, "Do we have to fight now?"
Dude.
Chills.
Dude, chills? Oh, my chills were how fucking dumb Batman's supposed to be. He's supposed to be the smartest superhero in the whole goddamn, and he's dumber than shit. Oh my god. Whew. Oh well. Yeah.
The scene. Come on. The storyline where the Penguin runs for mayor. Yes, please. And that girl goes, you're the best role model a young woman could have. And he goes,
no, please don't.
You're the hottest young woman a role model could have.
Oh,
and
God,
then he puts
so
that
bad.
button on her boob and just feels her up.
It's so terrible.
It's awesome. And that's followed up by the scene with her and Catwoman where Catwoman puts that bird in her mouth.
Cringeworthy.
Great.
I think that this movie might be a perfect dividing line between sometimes what our tastes are. Yeah,
I think that's fair.
Weirdly, like I don't mean that insultingly to either of us.
But it's so weird to me because I mean I know what you mean and you're totally right, but I just think it's a Batman movie. Like it's so crazy because we both love Batman. You undeniably like Batman more than I do.
Okay.
And then it's funny because the most enthusiastic I've ever been about a Batman movie, twice I've been really enthusiastic about a Batman movie. Yeah. You weren't that into them.
Oh, that's very true. We don't want to. I don't want to spoil that.
Well, no, I'll say it's just we were living together when The Dark Knight Rises came out, and I saw it before you, and I was like, that shit was awesome. And then you came home like the next night, like I didn't think it was that good.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll get to that opinion.
We sure will.
Yeah. But yeah, no, you're right. It's bizarre. It's weird. I just I don't know. Yeah, I think it's a very good example. This movie of it. It's just so funny because I think Batman Forever. I'm pretty sure what we'll both think of that. And that's not a dividing line. There's something. It's actually a little bit fascinating. If I might be a little pretentious about you and I, my friend. I think it's a weird dividing line because it's by an excellent filmmaker. You know, we like everyone involved. We love the main character, but there's something in the approach that just rubs me the wrong way and completely is your thing.
It's my thing 100%, and I like it more as an adult than I did as a kid, and I loved this movie as a kid. I had colored forms of this movie.
Yeah, see, I saw it when it came out, and I would have been about, what was this, 14? I was probably 14, I guess, yeah. And I don't remember, like, hating it then, but I sure do definitely remember not loving it. And so I've never really been a big fan of the movie. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I was certainly, I'm sure, more open to goofiness at 14. I mean,
probably.
But I was also really, really into the comics at 14. So that might have been a problem. You know, I don't know.
But I was super into the comics at this point, too. This was around the time Nightfall was coming out. But
you were younger than I was.
Yeah, I know, but I watched it growing up.
I was an angsty teen when this came out.
But this is a perfect angsty teen movie. It's a fucking Tim Burton movie.
Yeah, but, you know, if I'm reading Arkham Asylum and The Dark Knight Returns, then I'm probably not looking for...
And that's why dumb people like the Zack Snyder ones. And because those movies, there's no levity. They're just like, this is grim. We're taking this fucking seriously.
But I noticed you said Zack Snyder. You didn't say Chris Nolan.
No, because Chris Nolan's a real filmmaker, and he's trying to make movies. And there's funny shit in those movies, and they work as films. Whereas the Zack Snyder one is just like, hey, listen, this is not a joke. We're doing this for real. And because so everyone who loves those movies
there's a happy medium.
It should be either high school kids or people with the mentality of high school kids.
So, and are you saying I have the mentality of a high school kid?
Because you like Man of Steel?
Yeah,
I guess. No, I don't know. But Anyway, so this movie ends with Penguin vowing to murder all the firstborn sons of Gotham, which is a great supervillain plot. And
It's
then,
a good plot. Nothing. They don't really do anything with it, though. I thought there was
I
gonna be some
forgot how
epic
quickly
thing.
that gets dispatched.
Yeah,
That's
when
true.
he said that, I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." But then, like, it's like you said, dispatched with.
Yeah, and then he just sends a bunch of penguins to blow up Gotham, which is great by me.
Oh my god!
And then he dies and has a penguin funeral.
I feel like the climax of the movie.
How about when the penguins
carry his body
into the water?
pallbearers? Yeah,
It's amazing.
I feel like the climax of this movie, in a way, is really the dichotomy between explaining what each of us like about the first and Batman Returns. Like I'm the guy. I like a climax. That came out wrong.
Do you like a climax? Is that why you have Basic Instinct on your top 10 list?
Always. I've never complained. In a Gothic cathedral, mano a mano, some of the goons there, real dark lighting, still some funny jokes. You got the Joker. You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, huh? Would you? So there's humor there. But then we end with him saving the gal. Everything worked, But then we got this climax, and this encompasses, I think, the whole Batman Returns movie, just as the climax in the cathedral encompasses.
So what is this? What is not to your liking about this climax?
Well, okay. So we're in a bat boat. We're in an igloo underground.
I'm listening. By the way, the design of that fucking zoo is just Tim Burton jizzing on the screen. It has like this. It has like a huge stone statue of a crab.
Yeah. In the words of Lou Ferrigno, he gave 110%.
110%.
The Incredible Hulk himself.
That's a reference to our president's television show.
God. Yeah. But yeah, that's the difference. So in this climax, it's not serious. It's I think there's certain aspects that are meant to be. Like I think when Batman demasks,
I love that moment.
I think it's supposed to be powerful.
It is powerful.
Yeah, but to me it was just kind of silly.
I think it's really powerful at the very, very end when he gets out of his car and goes into that alley. Because he thinks he sees Selina.
Yeah.
I think that's a really gorgeous moment.
You like that?
I do.
You like that?
Yeah. I knew that was the reaction that would get.
No, I mean, I wanted that to be cool. I just, you know what? The thing is, dude, is it's just, I guess the movie lost me so quickly that it was very hard for me to get the vibe.
It lost you with Pee Wee Herman. A line of dialogue hadn't even been spoken.
Even the opening credits, I didn't even care for.
I fucking love the opening credits.
Really?
It's so much better than the first one.
You're nuts. Oh wow! All right. This is
that little
a divergence.
It's one of those creepy baby carriages. Remember we talked about that in Nightmare on Elm Street? That was the thing in the 90s.
For sure. And Ghostbusters too.
Oh yeah. Creepy baby carriages.
Yeah.
And so and I also loved fucking Michelle Pfeiffer like blowing up Shrek with that fucking taser.
Oh yeah.
In the original script, that was supposed to be the origin story of Two-Face.
Oh yes, I read that. Yeah.
Anyway, Batman Returns. It's clear that I loved it and Henry hated it. What do you give it, Henry?
Well, I am giving it 2 stars.
Okay, I'm giving this a 5.
You know what? I'm glad because
you would have called it a cop out if I gave it a 4.
Oh, completely, dude.
Yeah.
That would be very disingenuous. So, plus I gave the first one 5, and I mean, I think you gave it 3, but
I did.
But you didn't feel anywhere near as strongly about the first one as I do about this one. But,
and I don't dislike the first one as
no,
much
I know.
as you dislike this one.
No, yeah, I don't ever want to see this movie again.
I don't ever want to see another Batman movie other than this one.
Wow. Let's not spoil anything. We haven't gotten all the way yet.
I know, you're right. But this, to me, if I want to watch a Batman movie, it's
first generation.
It's 100% going to be this one.
Okay.
Because
And
even the
for me, it
Nolan
was
ones,
confirmed-
man, they're like 2.5 hours long. They're not anything. It's not my Batmobile. It's not my Gotham.
sure.
I
get that.
This is comic book Batman on screen. My Batman.
I get that. I 100% get that. Yeah, 110%. I did his lisp.
Don't make
there.
fun of the deaf.
I did. Sorry. All right. So, okay. Who's the your MVP is
Michelle Pfeiffer.
and mine is Michael Douglas. I mean Michael Keaton. Remember, he had to change his name to Michael Keaton.
Right.
My LVP is Danny DeVito. Can't stand him.
I love him in every.
Who's your
frame of this
LVP?
movie. Chip.
He's bad.
Yeah, he's pretty bad. It's
pretty bad.
Max's son, the first son of Gotham, And
That's right.
I think he's supposed to be like a JFK Jr.
I think that might be right.
Yeah.
That didn't occur to me, but you're right.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah,
But he's not a good actor. They could have gotten someone better. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree.
All
right. So that came up quicker than I thought. Okay, here we go. 4 count.
Batman Returns is better than John Williams' Superman.
Well, that's a little nutty. Yeah. Michelle Pfeiffer.
She's
really
from
your joke.
Ant-Man
I
and the
can't
Wasp.
Good call. Right off the bat. You know that I forgot that and
I
had to go
remember.
through her whole filmography. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Janet Van Dyne.
Yeah, she's now gone both companies, baby.
Oh, yes. I know. I like seeing that. That's going to happen again coming up with the Poodle Lady.
Oh, the Poodle Lady.
Yes, Anna Katarina is that actress's name, and she was in the 1980 TV movie of the TV series, The Incredible Hulk, The Death of the Incredible Hulk.
Who'd she play?
Oh, she played Bella Voshenko.
Sure, who could forget? Yeah,
of course. Yeah.
I loved that character too, and that fucking dog. When Batman throws the Batarang and the dog grabs it. I knew you'd hate that. Okay,
God, you really are. We have different Batman in our heads.
We do.
There. Wow, I didn't realize that. All right, 2 more. Paul Rubens.
Oh.
Was in Batman the Brave and the Bold. And the reason I did this when I'm trying to cut down on the cartoon listings because sometimes they're out of control, but this one really wasn't. It was very amusing. I want you to try to figure out who would Paul Rubens have played in a Batman cartoon.
The Riddler?
No. I want you to think most absurd, most ridiculous, most Adam Westy 50s and 60s.
The Mad Hatter?
You're getting close.
King Tut?
Not really a villain.
Not a villain?
More one of them sidekicks.
Oh.
You're going to kick yourself, buddy. I bet you haven't heard this even in a long time.
Tell me.
Batmite.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Batmite.
Can we get Paul Rubens? Is he available?
He's always available.
He's always...
You could get him.
Okay.
We'll cover the Pee Wee Herman movies, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
3 of those babies.
He's also... Paul Rubens was in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon playing Sir Malachi. That's good.
I don't know who that is.
Neither do I. And then this is the last one with Paul Rubens. I didn't know this, but this is not surprising. He is in your favorite TV show about your Batman, Gotham.
Oh.
Playing a regular character named Elijah Van Dahl.
He's a regular character?
I believe he's in like 10 episodes.
What's ever happening on that fucking show?
I don't know, man. I quit after the first 6.
It's starting its final season. You think that balloon guy's come back ever?
Oh, I don't know. Did I see him? I probably think I did.
Yeah, he was episode 3. I only watched 2 more episodes than you did.
Yeah. Oh man, that's not my Batman. All right, another.
Well, that's what you mean. That's not your Batman. That little boy. That little boy's not your Batman.
Oh God, that whole world in that show.
Have you heard about they're just doing a spin-off with Alfred?
No, the guy who plays Alfred is going to play Alfred
It's going to be a whole Alfred show.
That's a good idea, DC. Keep trying.
Yeah.
Keep throwing them darts blindfolded.
I mean, what is happening? Like these. Where's the Aunt May TV show, Marvel?
Come on, Marvel.
Come on, Marvel. Let's see it. Aunt May.
Uncle Ben.
Yeah. Uncle Ben origin story, baby.
Karen Page, please.
Yes, let's have that law procedural about that secretary.
Foggy Nelson. Foggy. Coming.
That I'd watch.
Foggy.
Henry.
Thursday nights.
Henry,
Yeah.
did you hear the news about Daredevil?
Oh, no. Is this going to upset me?
Yeah.
It was canceled?
Yep. They're all going to get canceled. They're bringing.
Not happy.
I heard Marvel's going to use Daredevil in some way on their new streaming service, but I think it's going to be all different actors. Like this version of Daredevil's done.
Okay, that's you just depressed me a little, like for real.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah, in case you guys haven't heard this 400,000 times on the show, but he is my favorite Marvel character.
Henry,
Jesus
did you hear that
fucking
Angus Young
Christ.
died?
You already did that to me once.
I know.
It wasn't very nice back
I
then.
know. Henry.
That really sucks, though, dude. You know what they should do? They should at least get Charlie Cox into one of them movies. No? I mean, come on.
As Daredevil?
Sure.
I'd be okay with it. I would like to see him maybe even a cameo in like the next Infinity War.
Yes. Jesus. Well, you know what? The 3 seasons they put out are awesome. I'm happy.
Still
It's
haven't
fine.
watched season 3, but I intend to soon.
I'm happy. I'm happy we have it at all. So there you go.
It's great.
All right, let me get through this for fuck's sake. One more. Michael Murphy.
Is that the mayor?
That's right. The great Michael Murphy from Manhattan and many things was in Dan's second favorite superhero movie after Batman Returns, and that is X-Men 3: The Last Stand.
Oh no.
Yeah. He
What
played
shitty
Warren
mutant did he?
Worthington.
Oh, he played Angel's dad.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
didn't know that was.
Real
Okay.
DC situation.
All right.
Henry, I'm
Yes.
just some poor schmo who I'm just trying to quote Christopher Walken from Batman Returns. Anyway, 5. So let's talk about
You
Batman.
dropped out there. That's okay. Go
Let's
ahead.
talk about Batman: Mask of the Phantasm, Henry.
Yeah,
Are you ready to do it?
I am ready to do it. The best of the 3 Batmans we're talking about today.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of problems with it, but they're mainly that it's, piss poor animation, but that's just my thing.
Okay. Well, Batman: Mask of the Phantasm is a spin-off. Around the time Batman Returns came out, the Batman animated series came out, and that was a big hit for DC TV or Warner Brothers or what have you. And now after the first season, they were going to do a straight-to VHS movie.
Right.
And really deep into production, they just decided they wanted it to be a theatrical release.
Yeah.
So I mean,
That's,
it has the
interesting.
production
Yeah.
values of a fucking straight to VHS movie.
Yeah, it does. I don't remember this coming out in theaters at all.
I saw it in theaters, baby.
I don't remember this at all, ever, and I should have been aware of it. I don't ever remember knowing
You didn't
this.
care about the cartoon.
But I did watch it when it came out. I liked the cartoon for a little bit. I just feel like I would have at least heard that there was a movie from the cartoon being released. I don't know. I was living in Pittsburgh at the time. Nothing comes to
Listen,
Pittsburgh.
I was watching Saturday morning cartoons at the time, Henry, and this
Yeah.
was advertised a bunch because this is this is a Warner's Family Entertainment movie. Did you
Yeah.
happen to catch the Warner Brothers logo at the beginning with Bugs Bunny coming out?
I
going
did. It
like,
kind of took me out of the
that's
realm
all,
of
folks.
Batman.
Yeah, me too. Me too. It was weird. So this movie came out Christmas Day, 1993.
Yeah, I see that.
Budget of $6 million and a box office of $5.8 million. It kind of didn't
Wait.
work.
That's a lot of That's a lot of moolah for a. Whew, Jesus.
Yeah. Um,
I think we could have got some like Aeon Flux animation going on here for that kind of money.
because this was how the TV show looked, Henry. We're using the same
We've had this
animators.
conversation before. I'm a snob when it comes to animation, I guess.
And look, as a theatrical animated movie, it doesn't work because if you look at it against some of the other shit that was coming out, it was like Disney was at the top of their game. They were like right between Aladdin and The Lion King here.
Yeah.
And fucking Don Bluth was like splintered off doing his own weird shit with, fucking Cool World or something.
Oh yeah, right.
And then like Miyazaki was creating classic after classic.
Right, yeah.
And so like this movie it doesn't work. It's just like a fucking judged on its own merits as a Batman story, it's a totally good Batman story.
That's exactly how I feel.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it's an excellent Batman story, which I was not expecting, because of course it's got a ridiculously stupid title, Mask of the Phantasm. I mean, my lord.
Yeah, it's not a great title, and
Why
frankly,
even call it that? Just
and
call
the
it like
character of
Batman the movie, the animated movie.
and they never call him Phantasm. In the movie.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
And it's like, you've read Year 2, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's kind of what it's semi-based.
Yeah, and I have that. It's a good comic. It's not great, but you get like the Reaper. That's a cool villain, and why not just call it the Reaper? Is it too dark?
It might be for kids or whatever.
That's what I thought.
Because
Yeah,
it's a kids movie.
Yeah, but it is a good story. I thought it was cool.
Real quick, it's directed by Eric Radomski and Bruce Timm, who worked on the TV show, and the screenplay is by Alan Burnett, Paul Dini, Martin Pascoe, and Michael Reeves, all TV veterans. And Paul Dini, of course, later wrote for the Batman comic for a long time. And,
I did not.
yeah, he did a run on Detective Comics, and the fun thing about his run, Henry, was it was single stories every issue. He didn't do arcs.
When did he do this?
It was right at the same time Grant Morrison was writing Batman.
I wonder if I have some of those. There was a run in, because there's a run in Detective Comics that I specifically remember in the 600s where it's like just a story each time.
That's Paul Dini.
Oh, all right.
I love that shit.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. You know who isn't a TV writer?
Who's that?
Abe Vigoda.
Abe Vigoda's in this movie. What a weird cast this movie has, by the way. Like, they're thinking, like, who do we get? It's our main villain. He's a real creep. He's got a scary voice. I know. Stacy Keach.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. It's super weird, though. Dana Delaney is the lead female in this.
I used to kind of be in love with her. Yeah.
Of course you are.
Yeah. Now, why do you say that? Why is that predictable?
She's your type.
Yeah.
Hart Bachner also in this movie. Didn't we cover him in something else?
I totally feel like we did, and I couldn't figure out what it was.
Really? I feel like we talked at length about Hart Bachner.
I'm looking right now.
Here he is. He's in Supergirl.
Oh, yeah, he's in Die Hard.
Oh, right. He's Harry Ellis, right.
He's Ellis. Yeah, right. There you go.
Okay.
And I didn't do a superhero count for this movie because it was absurd.
Yeah,
because
I think Hart Bachner does voice shit. Yeah.
Almost everybody in this movie does voice stuff, so I would have been... Forget it.
Yeah. I think Bachner's actually really good in this.
Who is he in this? Who did we say he is?
He's that sort of dickish guy who's like working with the cops.
Oh, yeah. Essentially, he's playing Ellis again.
Yeah, kind of. It was just less coke.
And I thought Mark Hamill was good. I know you love him, right? And he's considered by a lot of Batman fans to be like their second favorite.
Well, that was the whole thing.
Together.
There was a certain group of Batman nerds that when Heath Ledger got cast in The Dark Knight, they were like, "Why don't you just get Mark Hamill?"
Okay.
And I was kind of one of them.
You were not.
I kind of was.
Yeah, but that wouldn't translate to an actual live performance.
I thought it might.
Yeah. I like what he does in certain aspects of the character. He has that weird, almost faux British.
Yeah, he gives him
accent.
sort of an odd effete accent.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. I mean, I think it's cool. I think he's again let down by animation, but who am I?
I think that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, but he's good. No, Mark Hamill's good for sure.
Yeah, I do think Gotham City looks great in this movie.
Yeah, and I think there are a few good things, but I thought the weakest part was, I mean, I think the love story doesn't work as well.
I think that's the best part of the movie.
Really, that's funny because I preferred sort of the backstory of the Reaper and all that a lot more. Every time we cut to the love story, I thought it was a little one too many flashbacks for me. But
no, the flashbacks were my favorite part of the movie, Henry.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because the idea of Batman having this sort of like never before talked about love is really interesting to me, where he was sort of at a crossroads where he's training to be Batman. I like that we get a flashback in this movie of like the first time he went out to try to fight crime.
Yeah, very year one.
Yeah, and he's sort of like, they're not afraid of me. What do I do?
That was one of my issues with the movie, though, I have to say, and I know that's not a popular opinion among the Bat nerds, I guess, but probably, right? But Kevin Conroy?
He's my Batman.
Not mine. Yeah.
I
don't think he's bad. I don't know, man. It's just a little much.
When I read Batman comics,
not deep enough.
When I read Batman comics, that's who I'm reading.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You know what? I gotta say something. I've never had anyone that I've seen in a movie or cartoon match the voice that I picture in my head for Batman.
Not even Ben Affleck.
He's the closest one.
I think so.
Obviously,
yeah.
But no, I've never had it. I've never heard anyone that just Conroy's just a little light for me, a little light.
But I think what Kevin Conroy adds to the character is he makes him sound smart. And one of the things,
well, that's true.
One of the things I think is interesting about this version of the character is we've watched a bunch of fucking Batman movies now, and he was introduced in a fucking comic called Detective Comics. One of the tenets of the characters is that he's a brilliant detective.
Yes.
And this is the first fucking Batman movie we've seen where he's doing goddamn detective work.
Yeah, I think that they touch on it in the first Burton movie because he figures out the Joker's laughing gas and all those components and ingredients, but you're absolutely right. This has been one of my bones of contention with all of the movies, including Nolan's, for years, is that anytime they want to go back and re-originate him and show what's going on in he travels around the world. He learns martial arts. He learns like the peak of physical fitness, all that kind of stuff. But they never show him like he's supposed to be essentially, right, Dan, like the Sherlock Holmes of characters. He's supposed to be able to like.
Well, I think the question is the Sherlock Holmes of DC superheroes.
The question, the puzzler. Yeah, but like he's supposed to be able to tell the difference between 100 different types of perfume, all that kind of shit, and that would be really interesting. But I guess that's
your go-to for detective work, knowing the differences between perfumes.
I've always wanted to be that guy who's like trying to impress a woman who's like, oh, I love your perfume. Is it eau de parfum? I always wanted to be that guy.
Well, you could be the wine guy. That's always impressive. When someone just like smells a wine and he's like, "Oh, interesting, 1989."
Right, true. Yeah, well, see, Batman could do that too.
Yeah, but
we never get any sequence. I mean, I guess because there's too many filmmakers just probably daunted by the task of being like, how do we make that exciting? But, of course it could be interesting.
Well, but one of the things that Mask of the Phantasm is doing is they're not giving a shit that much about excitement. And I think part of that is because they have trouble animating action sequences. Yeah. They don't look that good, so they don't do that many of them. Yeah, so there are a load of dialogue sequences in this movie.
There really are.
And they're really good. It's well-written dialogue.
Yeah. I think it's
the best Alfred we've gotten so far. I think it's the best Commissioner Gordon we've gotten so far.
I'll go with you on the Commissioner Gordon and at least the way Alfred looks. Yeah.
I think Alfred is great. Where He has like a couple jokes early on in the movie where he says, I think you're the height of mental fitness. By the way, I just pressed your tights.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. Mask of the Phantasm, folks. We did it for you. We watched this movie.
Yeah, it's an hour and 15 minutes, Henry.
I watched the cartoon for an hour and 15
That's
minutes.
not a real movie, but
It was $4. Yeah.
but it was good.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It's a totally good theatrically
totally
released
agree.
Batman movie.
I did not feel in any way like when we had to watch, what was that fucking clone Star Wars cartoon?
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Right, like that was an upsetting experience in terms of the time, money, and sweat that took from me and life moments. But this one was totally fun. Yeah. I was not looking forward to it, as I rarely am with animation, but it was totally cool.
I'll say I think the psychology of Bruce Wayne is perfect. When he's dating the Dana Delaney character in the past, and he goes up to his parents' gravestone in the fucking rain.
Yes,
and he's pleading with his father's grave, and
that
the
was
shadow
crazy.
makes it look like it's his father.
Yeah,
and
that
he
was
says,
nuts, man.
He says, I don't know what to do. Can you forgive me? It doesn't hurt as much anymore because he's in love.
Yeah,
That's a really good Batman scene.
It's also really original. Like it's almost like I don't know that I remember reading a comic or seeing a movie that dealt with it more out of like he felt almost like the movie almost made it like he was paranormally directed to lead this life.
Absolutely.
More out of, yeah. Less out of
a
vengeance
sense of
and more
destiny.
Out of guilt. Yeah.
And Batman Forever, the next movie we're going to cover, flirts with the idea of Batman giving up being Batman for a woman, and it doesn't work for a single moment.
Yeah, I don't even know if this one really did in terms of that. It was a little shallow, like that he would give it up, but it tries and it does a pretty admirable
Well, I
job.
think it works because he's not really Batman yet. Like he's training to be Batman.
No, that's true. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, fucking good movie. I do think it suffers from not having a great villain. It's a nice twist that the girl is the villain, but also we're dealing a lot with the mob.
Yeah,
and Batman has such a great rogues gallery. We don't need to be dealing with the mob. Even the Joker is treated more as a mobster than anything else.
Yeah, he is. He's revealed to have been a mobster. Yeah, which is unnecessary.
But it's consistent with the recent versions of the character of the time.
Correct.
Yep. Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry, I'm having a Kit Kat bar.
Are you?
Yeah.
What do you give this movie?
I'm going to go with 3.
I'm going to go with a 3 as well. And the only reason I'm not going with a 4 is because it's not what it says on the tin. It's not really a Batman movie. I think it's a totally good episode. Like a totally excellent long episode of the Batman animated series.
It's an extended episode of a TV show. Clearly.
The animation, it's what we were talking about with Batman, the Adam West version, Henry, where I think if you're going to adapt a TV show as a movie, you need to open it up.
Yeah,
I think this movie fails to do that. It's just a Batman the Animated Series episode.
Difference being this is far better than that fucking movie, but yeah.
What are you doing over there? You eating?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Are you really eating right now?
I had to eat a Twix bar.
Oh, Henry, is it a left or a right? Which do you prefer?
It's the mini.
Oh, all right.
All right, I'm done.
Okay, great.
All right.
So that's Batman. Oh, and did you stick around for the closing credits?
There was a song, right?
There sure was. Now,
who was this?
Okay, there's a very crazy ballad. It's sort of a torch ballad, the kind that was really popular in the early 90s.
I don't think I remember
sort
this.
of a Bobo Mariah Carey kind of, like a hero. Remember that song?
Bobo. Oh, God, really? Yeah, I remember that song.
But do you know who's singing it?
I'm looking right now.
I didn't
before you
even
break it
know.
to me.
I didn't even know this person had a singing career. It's Tia Carrera from Wayne's World.
Tia Carrere, the girlfriend in Wayne's World?
Yeah, Cassandra.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know
A
that.
beautiful song, Henry.
Yeah. Holy shit. Wow.
I think she might have been on a Celebrity Apprentice season. At
I
some
think
point.
you're right.
Yeah.
She was definitely on a reality show. I know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right,
Lord.
so that was a beautiful song, and this movie gets a 3. Who's your MVP?
I'll go with Mark Hamill.
Interesting. I'll go with Kevin Conroy.
All right.
And your LVP?
Can I give it to the guys who do the actual cell animation, or?
Oh well, I'm
Is that
going. I'm
unfair?
taking a similar tack, and I'm going to go with Warner Brothers, just for
I'll join you there.
if you're going to make
I agree.
a feature animated Batman film, then Paul Dini and Bruce Timm are the guys to do it. But let
Right.
them do it. Like, don't just take an existing property and release it in theaters.
Yeah, that's really bullshit, and it's kind of it's extraordinarily, like, in a certain way, disrespectful too. You know, it's just to them, yeah, well, okay, we'll just release this.
Yeah, or it's sort and because midway through production, they made them start working on it as a theatrical release. Like, it's sort of like,
Well, that's what I mean.
Dance
Yeah.
puppets, do our
Right.
bidding.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Should we talk about Batman Forever?
If we must.
I'd love to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have a new
I saw this fucking thing in the theater too.
I
My
did too.
God.
This was during a year where my mom would take me out from school every so often.
Uh-huh.
It was like a ditch day. And my
Oh.
and my mom would take me to get a fast food and also to the movies. And I remember we went to go see Batman Forever. It was at the very end of the school year, and she took me to McDonald's, and I got a glass mug with the characters on it.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I also remember that same year her taking me out of school to go see Congo.
I would so much have rather covered Congo.
I think also same year she might have done a ditch day with me to go see Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls.
Well, similar ballpark.
Yeah, somebody stop me. Well, that's the
Yeah.
mask. Never mind.
Somebody stop Mrs. Ehrenberg from taking Dan to these ditch days.
Yeah, and now, so she took me on a bunch of ditch days, and now I'm running a podcast that I can't afford to have equipment that works.
Oh, it's okay.
Henry, we have a new director,
Oh, boy, do we.
Joel Schumacher. I'd like to go through his films and do a good, great, terrible.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you wanted to do that next week and do an official list, but we can...
Ooh, rank all the Schumacher movies?
Yeah.
I'm
feel like-
fine with that. Let's do
Yeah.
that.
I'd rather do that because it's big enough, right? I
He's
mean,
made a lot of movies.
I'm just double checking to make sure it's not something we can knock out right now. Nah, he's done a lot. Let's do it. Do you mind if we do it next week?
Not at all. So just to catch you up on his career, he'd had a couple of hits in the early 90s, Falling Down and The Client.
Yeah.
And,
I love Falling Down. The Client is pretty bad.
And then he did Batman Forever. And the craziest thing...
Oh, he had other hits, though, dude. The
No,
Lost Boys
I
was
know,
a
but
hit.
that was back in the 80s. I'm just talking
Oh.
about the shit that gave him the clout
Correct.
to do this
Yeah.
shit. So I'll also say the weirdest thing about Joel Schumacher, you just can't pin him down as a director. He made Batman Forever and Batman and Robin in 95 and 97. What movie does he make in 96? A fucking Time to Kill.
Yeah, he's a strange one, man. And
Yeah.
and you know,
Every
we'll
time you
talk
think
about
he's
him next
talented,
week.
he says, no thank you.
Yeah. We'll talk about him more next week when we rank him, but he has a couple of movies that I love.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
He's
a couple
he's a
good
weird
ones.
guy. I don't know.
New writers, lead.
Actually, I really mean that. He's very weird. Have you ever seen him in an interview?
Oh, yeah, he's a total weirdo.
It's like fucking David Lynch or something. But not in a cool way.
Not like a dumb David Lynch.
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Like in a Brian Glazier way. Is that who I'm thinking of? That
Brian
producer?
Grazer?
The guy with the crazy black hair, the Hollywood producer?
Yeah, the spiky hair. You mean
Yeah,
Ron Howard's boy?
Yeah, I saw him once in the Village. Yeah.
Oh yeah, do you see that hair?
Yeah. I was having sushi in a place with my girlfriend, and I said, I think that's a really famous Hollywood producer, and I couldn't remember his name.
Well, he's got a trademark. It's that trademark hair.
Yeah, that's what gave it away.
He looks like Leslie Jones. All right.
Give me a break.
Sure.
Give me a break.
New writers, Lee Batchelor and Janet Scott Batchelor, a husband and wife team, but more important, future Oscar winner Akiva Goldsman.
Right.
Yeah.
There's another genius. Yeah.
Let's go through his career a little bit, because Akiva Goldsman is fascinating to me. And on the one hand, I don't totally hate him because he was one of the showrunners on Fringe, which is a show I had a lot of time for back in the day.
Right.
But so he worked with Schumacher a lot in these days. He wrote The Client and A Time to Kill as well. And he wrote your favorite movie, Cinderella Man, Henry.
That's right. I knew he had some use in my life. That's right.
But he's also written some of the worst movies ever made.
Sure.
And those include Practical Magic.
That's not one of the worst movies.
Lost in Space.
Okay.
I, Robot.
Okay.
The first two Da Vinci Code movies.
Ooh.
How about that?
Down and out and done.
I Am Legend. Winter's Tale, which is supposedly really bad. Right. He did that Dark Tower that no one cared about.
Ooh, that was a flop.
I know. And he's currently the showrunner on the new Teen Titans show.
Lord.
Yeah. So that's him. He's also directed a couple movies.
I see that. Yeah, I'm looking at him. He's an interesting
Tale.
dude. I mean, he did write, what else? He wrote A Beautiful Mind, which I haven't seen in ages.
Well, he won an Oscar for A Beautiful Mind.
All right. And he wrote, like, my favorite boxing movie next to Rocky of all time. So that's something.
By the way, check out our Creed 2 coverage later this week.
Later this week.
Yeah.
Later this week. Yes.
That's right. Was that your parents in the background there?
It might have been watching a football game.
What game? Oh, shit. I got a lot of people going in that game.
The Steeler game.
You guys want a fantasy football update?
Sure.
I'm losing. Okay. Okay. Batman Forever. It comes out June 16th, 1995. The magic 3-year window, Henry.
Yeah, that's true.
A bigger budget of $100 million. Box office of 336.5. So the last one was dark. Made less money than the first one. Warner Brothers is like, can you lighten this baby up?
Lighten it more, please.
More. Michael Keaton was offered $15 million to be Batman again. He apparently had one meeting with Joel Schumacher and turned it down.
I'm out.
Yeah. He was like, I've got to make Multiplicity, thank you very much.
Yeah, well, hey. Probably made the right choice.
Ethan Hawke was offered the role.
Yeah.
He turned
What'd
it
he
down.
say? Oh, no.
Yeah. And apparently Rene Russo was actually cast as the Nicole Kidman part, and then they recast it. I think once they got Val Kilmer, they thought Rene Russo was too old or something. This is another real old Hollywood decision.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
This was at the height of Nicole Kidman's prowess.
Rene Russo's like 5 years older than Val Kilmer. You old bitch, get out of here. This movie came in at number 2 at the box office for 1995, just behind Toy Story. It was a huge hit.
Okay.
Nominated for a few Oscars. Henry,
Sorry.
This movie was nominated for Best Cinematography.
Get the fuck out of here.
I swear
don't even,
to God.
I can't even. I watch the Oscars every year, including that year. This was a nomination?
That is a legitimate
award. What were
award.
we doing with the Oscars? I mean, I don't even... my God, wasn't Braveheart up for that?
Well, Braveheart won.
Yeah, for cinematography?
Yeah, what's that, an ad that's playing on your phone? Oh,
No.
also nominated for sound mixing, but it lost to Apollo 13.
To the franchise.
Yeah. It was nominated for sound editing as well, but it lost to Braveheart. Whoa, Braveheart sweeping the Oscars. By the way, Henry, you know what I'm excited to cover in like February or something?
Braveheart 2?
No, I saw a trailer for that new movie, What Men Want.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson is doing a sequel to that?
No, it's not Mel, but
I thought he'd be in it.
I don't know if he is. It's a reimagining of What Women Want, but this time it's a woman who knows what men want, and it's old Taraji P. Henson.
Okay.
All right, looks great. Saw the trailer twice.
I bet.
Nominated for a Golden Raspberry, Henry.
Oh, okay. All right. I want to play this because it's...
yeah, let's hear that for the next 20 minutes.
Well, why don't you just let it play and you'll get used to the length, okay?
I've said that to women before.
All we're lacking is a little pizzazz, because it's the golden raspberries. It's the worst of the worst, not the best of the best. It's pizzazz gone raz.
It is growing on me. Okay.
Because you didn't hear that ending last time.
Yeah, that's true. I was talking about it.
Very strained ending.
Yeah. It was nominated for Worst Song, Henry.
Oh, good.
No, not good. This movie has some of the greatest songs in the history of music. So, yeah, nominated for Worst Song for Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me by U2. A great U2 song.
I actually thought, are you being serious or are you being sarcastic?
No, I'm being deadly serious. I love that song.
I actually like that song.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, I do. I liked it. I when it came on, I was like, this sounds like you two, and whether it is or not, I actually like it. I can't believe that this is happening.
This was mid '90s, where like U2 was at the height of their powers, and they were using it to experiment with electronic music and having crazy score, like fucking, what is it called? Orchestral arrangements.
I don't no idea what you're trying to say.
I'm not sure either.
Okay, well, find your words.
Oh, listen to you jerk. So
it was a callback, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it was one of your best lines.
Thank you. Some other people did too. So
good. Well, maybe they'll think the same thing.
It lost to a song from Showgirls, Henry. But Henry, hear this. That same song was nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Song.
Oh, all right. My sound engineer keeps going to wake up. Buddy, wake up. All right, there we go. Sorry, he fell asleep. What was it he asked again that it was nominated for?
A Golden Globe?
Right.
GG's. The Golden Globes. It's the Hollywood Foreign Press.
Mostly French. Okay.
Oh, you remembered that.
Yeah. It nominated for Best Song, but it lost to The Colors of the Wind for Pocahontas there.
Did Phil Collins and Elton John write that?
No,
together?
I believe I don't know who wrote it. I think Vanessa Williams sings it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What? I like that song.
Ugh.
Okay, MTV Movie Awards.
I don't have a theme for that.
Okay. Val Kilmer was nominated for Most Desirable Male.
Yeah, sure.
And he lost to Brad Pitt for 7. It's a weird award to give 7.
I was just gonna say, not for like Legends of the Fall or something. He was. You know what I remember about 7?
How fucking sexy Brad Pitt was. Holy shit!
Good out about that movie.
I know. Boy, I'd like to pull Kevin Spacey and give him a head.
Ugh.
How about that?
Jesus Christ.
Henry.
Daniel.
Nominated for Most Desirable Female, Nicole Kidman.
Wow, second that emotion. Smokey.
Yeah, she looks pretty good in this. She hasn't mastered that American accent yet, though.
No, that's really funny, too. This was definitely her, like, even in To Die For mode, where it's, like, still, like, going to try.
Boy, is that shaky.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
She
she started
lost-
to fool me in later years. She started to get a
Well,
little
she's
better.
gotten
with it.
better recently. I think she's pretty good in like Big Little Lies and
But,
some of
wow,
her
it
some
was
of
rough
her
going.
weirder work, like with
Right,
Lars
right.
von Trier or fucking
Yes, yeah, but it's
Yorgos Lanthimos.
right, but it's rough going in them 90s. But anyway, yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
that's why she used to be my least favorite actress. So she lost most desirable female to Alicia Silverstone for Clueless.
Okay.
And Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey were both nominated for Best Villain.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, but they lost to Kevin Spacey for Seven.
Okay.
Okay? And this movie also got 2 nominations for Best Song. Both Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me, and Seal's masterpiece, Kiss from a Rose.
Oh, I remember that being a big deal at the time.
Yeah,
oh,
that
what a
was on the
fucking
Batman
piece
Forever
of
soundtrack. Henry,
garbage.
that song's amazing.
That song is garbage. Oh God,
My
this soundtrack was a big
my
deal,
pleasure, my pain,
right? This. Oh, it's that,
baby.
yo. This soundtrack was a big.
It was a big
deal.
hit. Yeah.
Did you think something have to do? Did they ever include an excerpt of that interminable score that was written? How many times? Do you hear that
my
motif?
God, the score sucks. Why didn't they just keep the Danny Elfman score?
I don't know, man, but it was written by Elliot Goldenthal, and he's not a bad Hollywood composer, but that is just over and over. It's all they asked him to write, like write 3 notes, done.
Yeah.
And they just use it to death.
Anyway, Henry, Seal
That's a lot
and
of nods,
U2 lost to Brandy for a song from Waiting to Exhale.
I'm sorry to hear that,
Okay.
Seal. Sealed the deal.
Could we do our top 10 real quick for 95? I just redid mine.
Yes, you did right before the show.
Yeah.
All right. Let's. Yes, go ahead.
Number 10, The Usual Suspects.
All right. Number 10 for me, Dead Man Walking.
Wait, oh, never mind. Go ahead.
You fucked up already?
No, I got it.
Okay, all right.
Number 9 is Clueless.
All right. Number 9 is Living in Oblivion.
Okay, my number 8 is Safe.
Great movie. Didn't make my list. Should be on it. Probably number 8 is Nixon.
Okay, yeah, that's a Henry movie. My number 7 is Before Sunrise.
Another honorable mention. Number 7 is The Usual Suspects.
Okay, my number 6, and this is interesting, Henry, because I've rewatched this movie since the last time we did this list, and I used to hate this movie.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I think without all the hype and the critics and the parents being mad at it, I rewatched it. I think it's kind of great. I think it's like way better than I ever gave it credit for being. So my new number 6 on this list is a little movie called Kids.
Oh, you want to know something? Never seen it.
I think it's great.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I've ever heard from everybody, but so you weren't a fan of it, huh?
I never liked it because I felt like it was trying too hard to be.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of Harmony Korine's movies later fell into that trap. But rewatching Kids, I just think it's a legitimately great film.
Yeah, I know I really like Julian Donkey Boy. That's the one I remember. But
I've never
I didn't
seen
think
that one.
Yeah, he didn't do the Kids though. I thought
He
this
wrote
was Larry.
Kids.
Okay, all right, right. It was Larry Clark. Right?
Yeah, Larry Clark directed it.
All right. Interesting choice. My number 6 is Mighty Aphrodite.
Ooh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I always loved that movie.
Good one.
Yeah.
Number 5. I think we went
Yes.
out of order. Go ahead. What's your number 5?
Well, no, you didn't. You said, yeah, I said Usual Suspects 7, Mighty Aphrodite 6.
All right, whatever. My 5 is Shallow Grave. Heavy hitters. Go ahead.
Exactly. No, I'm going ahead of you. That's fine. Number 5, Casino.
Okay. You heard mine?
I did.
Okay.
Yes.
And you ready for this? My number 4, I'm pretty happy about it, is Crumb.
Dude, it's the wrong fucking year.
No, it's not. It came out in
You're
America.
driving me fucking nuts with this crumb bullshit. You're never going to get it right. It's 94.
Well, it's on my 95 list.
Okay, well, there you go. That's all right. We'll sort it out sometime. Some year.
Okay, Crumb. Nowhere to be found on 25 things I've written down here. Number 4, Leaving Las Vegas.
Ooh, good movie. My number 3 is, I'd like to rewatch that movie now that I'm an alcoholic.
It's a great movie. It's a great,
I wonder
great,
if
great
it would
movie.
hold up for me.
I'm sure it would. It's
All
great.
right. My number 3 is Living in Oblivion.
Ooh, all right. My number 2 is Heat.
That's my number 2.
Oh, nice to see that. And the number 1 movie, 1995 for me, and I assume you, is 7?
No, it's Billy Madison. No, it's 7. Okay.
It's a good joke. I wasn't ready for that.
Thanks. Okay, so
Wow, we have the same number 2 and number 1. That's new, I believe.
probably.
No? All right, whatever.
All right, let's talk about it. Batman Forever, Henry. It opens with Batman. He's getting dressed.
Wait, you got to remind me. What's the is that how it is?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I got to look at that. I don't remember him. The opening with him getting. That's not the scene with the bat ass. And all
Oh,
that
okay.
shit.
Yeah, that's later. No, he says he's going out, and he tells Alfred that he's gonna. Alfred's like, "You should eat, sir," and Batman goes, "I'll get drive-through."
Oh, right. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. This movie starts out a little differently in terms of it wants to go right for an action sequence right away, right? As if I recall, it goes right up.
An action sequence that involves the Statue of Liberty, which for some reason is in Gotham City.
Yeah, presenting a problem that can easily be avoided, but Dan has brought up before, though, that that DC takes place in a fictional universe, so why are we having things that completely resemble?
And here's the thing about DC, is there is a New York in the DC universe.
Oh, I don't know if I knew that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, right, of course, you're right.
It's
They
entirely separate from Gotham City.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they also have a Statue of Liberty. Yeah.
Do you think that Statue of Liberty has ever been like changed to like look like Brainiac or something?
Oh, I imagine so.
Yeah.
I would think so. The Statue of Mixelplick.
Ooh. Just say it backwards. Say statue backwards.
Eat at.
Okay, so
Just firing off rockets here, guys. That's what we're doing.
amazing.
Penguin rockets. Yeah.
So we get so many jokes right away.
A lot of jokes.
Batman says that the bat signal is not a beeper.
It's not a beeper.
Yeah. He also says to new character Chase Meridian,
Oh, God.
the most 90s character name of all time. Are you trying to get into my cape?
What did she say? I'm sorry, I missed
He
that.
says, are you trying to get into my cape?
Yeah. Oh, my
See what he
Lord.
did
That's
there?
right. Yeah.
And this is also
they
the
don't waste
movie
any
that gives
time.
us Chicks Dig the Car.
You know, I don't know if it's just the dialogue or it's Val Kilmer, but whatever they're going for with those lines is just not working.
Well, I have something very important to say about Val Kilmer.
I know it. I think I know what this is going to be.
Because wasn't this guy a really great actor at the time?
Well, the thing is that I always liked Val Kilmer. You know, I was thinking about this. Actually, today when I was doing the superhero count, and I was just looking at his filmography, and I don't know. I feel like he's one of those actors that just want a real pain in the ass to work with.
Well, at some point, he was getting Marlon Brando comparisons.
Exactly. And I feel like early in his career he was kicking all kinds of ass, and then I think he got lazy, started taking garbage movies for money. And I mean I still think he's capable of well, that was 13 years ago, right? Kiss
Come
Bang,
on,
Bang.
not anymore. At this point, he's got the biggest head on the planet Earth. But he's only making movies with 50 Cent, I'm pretty sure. But listen.
But, I loved one of my favorite little indie movies about the drug culture is The Salton Sea.
That's a good one. I'm a big fan of
that?
I'm a fan of Wonderland too.
Yeah, I've never seen that. I've always wanted to. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
really
So I
great.
think he's, and I know you hate The Doors, but he's
amazing.
superb.
I don't hate that movie, Henry. I hate
No,
the band,
movie's
The
I
Doors.
know, right. I know the movie's great, and I love the band and should hate the movie, but I can't because it's so damn good. Yeah, and he's amazing. So Val Kilmer, yeah, I'd say he's a great actor. I don't know.
But
This is not his forte.
he's really bad in this movie.
Yeah, he really is. You're right. You're right. I honestly don't think I ever saw this since what 23 years ago. Jesus Christ!
Well,
I didn't
I've
realize
watched it, but it's
I don't think I had
the
Yeah.
problem. The way I've always felt is like, if I'm in the mood to watch a really silly, terrible Batman movie, which I
Batman and
sometimes
Robin,
am, I watch Batman
Hey,
and
Batman
Robin.
Returns. Oh,
Henry, I didn't even like that joke. No, I watched Batman and Robin, and my contention was always that Batman Forever is just boring and just okay and not bad enough to be funny. That being said, watching it this time,
Yeah, I
it's
think you're-
really very bad.
yes, it really, really is. I agree with you. I didn't think my recollection of this was that, as I think a lot of people still think, right? There's a progression of going into the badness that
No,
okay.
it's right there from moment one of this movie.
No. I meant from like for not Returns. I won't include that because I don't think anybody really does, except me. But so I won't include that. But like the progression is, and the thought process, right, is that Batman Forever begins it, and then Batman and Robin just blows it out of the water. And for me, watching this, it was like, holy shit, I was wrong. It's totally gone right from here.
Yeah, and I think this might be a worse movie than Batman and Robin.
Well, we'll find out because I haven't seen the other one either in a million years. You have, I think, right?
Henry, I've watched that movie a ton.
I haven't seen it since the theater.
I
Yeah.
fucking hated this.
Yeah, it was bad, man. It was really bad. I mean, there are so many bad parts to it, but I did have a most grating.
I know who it's gonna be.
Ooh, I don't know if you do.
Yeah, I do.
Take a guess.
It's Jim Carrey.
No. Tommy Lee Jones is worse.
Because Tommy Lee Jones is trying to match Jim Carrey's energy.
Yeah, but he is far worse, dude. He's worse. I mean, Carrey's Carrey is essentially just doing Jim Carrey.
No, but
So-
listen. This
Yeah.
is 1995, okay?
Right.
Jim
Yeah.
Carrey is the top shit in Hollywood. He was just
True.
coming off Ace Ventura and Dumb and Dumber and The Mask, and I think in this movie they just put a fucking Riddler suit on him, and Joel Schumacher was like, "Hey, my Lord and Master Jim Carrey, please do anything you want, and I'll keep
you're right.
it all. It's all
You're right.
going to be in the movie." And
I think
so
you're right.
Jim Carrey is just jumping back and forth, doing fucking impressions, and he's changing his voice every 5 seconds, and
Right.
he's making puns, and he's making faces, and he's stretching out, and he's
not telling
twirling
riddles, by
that
the way.
cane. He never tells riddles. Well, apparently, there's a few riddles in this movie which were apparently written by Will Shortz, the New York Times crossword guy.
Oh, those would be way too intelligent for this movie.
Yeah. But
Dan and I, by the way, big fans of Will Shortz. Am I right?
huge fans, yeah.
Yeah, we do a lot of crosswords.
Every day.
Yeah. Every morning by the breakfast nook, right, Dan? While we're having breakfast together.
I wasn't joking. I do crosswords every day.
I'm not joking. I do them, but then I added the part about us having, breakfast together every morning doing the crosswords. Can you pass the cereal?
Henry, I think if we lived together now as older men,
Yeah.
I think we would do that. I think that would be our lives.
100%. That would be the morning. Yeah, that would be the morning. Yeah, I do crosswords all the time. New York Times only. All right. Anyway, Will Shortz to play the Riddler would have been great.
Anyone other than this fucking guy.
So you see, I guess I'm so beyond
I just think,
caring about Jim Carrey doing his shtick that it didn't grate on
but
me.
I
it should.
like Jim Carrey's shtick.
Right. I know you do, but like I what I was going to say was that, like, for me, remember when we watched Jumanji, the other movie from 1995, I believe the last movie we covered from 95, how I was so worried about Robin Williams doing his shtick that I am done with, and then it doesn't really happen that much. So
but it happens in this movie.
yes, it does. But Jim Carrey's shtick never bothered me as much as Robin Williams' shtick. So I'm saying, obviously, it does to you because I'm surprised
oh my
that it
God,
grated
the
on
Riddler
you.
just he like murders a guy because it seems like he's just ad-libbing it all, and it doesn't fit, and it's not funny, and I don't know what's happening in this movie. He kicks a guy out a fucking window. He murders
Right.
fucking Ed Begley Jr., by the way, who I have no idea what he's doing in this movie. He's an actor I like, and he's terrible.
I got news for you, my friend. And I thought that was Ed Begley Jr. as well.
Wait, that wasn't Ed Begley Jr.?
No.
Of course it was.
No, it's not. This is astonishing, okay? You got to look this up with me because the entire movie I thought it was Ed Begley Jr. It's not. It's another actor who has also been in a lot of stuff named Rene Auberjonois.
Shut up.
I'm telling you, man, as Fred Stickley.
Oh my God, you're right. He looks exactly like Ed Begley Jr.
Yep, and when I saw him in the movie, I was like, wow, Jesus, they even got Ed Begley in this thing. Of course they did. And then I was looking through the cast afterwards, and no Ed Begley, man. No electric cars in this movie.
Anyway, he gets murdered, and there's so much to unpack. First of all, I feel like in this movie, Gotham City is like a tiny little island because there's just water everywhere.
It's a ride.
We see him doing a bat boat
ride.
right outside of like Wayne Industries. There's like a fucking Hoover Dam coming out of the building.
There is. Brilliant set design. Does it make you miss Anton First now?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so poor guy. So he knocks fucking Bobo Ed Begley out the window, and it's fucking. He drowns in this dam, and then we cut to Jim Carrey, and he's doing like a surfer dude stance, and he goes, "Surf's up, big kahuna."
Yeah, I know.
And then
but I get it didn't. This is what this movie is to me. This did not surprise me. I mean, I'm bothered by it like you are, but my expectations were extremely low.
But it
seems
worse
like yours might have been a little higher.
I expected was some level of competency that is missing in Batman and Robin. And
Interesting.
And
See, I
it
didn't.
doesn't remotely have that.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. So that would probably explain why I didn't. Yeah, I mean, it's awful, but I did not go into it. I was pretty much prepared for it to be as bad as Batman and Robin, and I was right. I mean, I don't know. I got to say, and one of the things that turned me off right away was actually seeing the credits say the title Batman Forever.
Well, it didn't.
Yeah, it did. Oh, right, correct.
It never says Batman.
It shows that, right. It shows
you get the bat signal, and it says forever.
And then forever. And then I'm like, my whole mind was just like, what was going on? Like, there was some kind of renaissance.
It was because of the darkness of Batman Returns. They wanted to make a fucking movie that everyone in the family can enjoy.
For God's sakes. Yeah. Well, we've talked about Kilmer. We've talked about Carey. I said Tommy Lee Jones was worse. I thought he was terrible. I got to tell you, he's bland as a brick, but I didn't think Chris O'Donnell was that terrible.
Well, I got to tell you, Chris O'Donnell is that terrible, but everyone else is being so aggressively bad that I'll take
Very
bland.
true. You're right. It's and it's not even like aggressive. Like when you call out like Val Kilmer is like actively bad. Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey are aggressively terrible.
Yeah.
So there's difference in those adjectives and the way we're using them. And you're right. Chris O'Donnell is kind of inoffensive.
He's
to
bland.
Be honest.
He's bland.
He's inoffensive. Yeah.
He's got a really bad earring.
Yeah.
I kind of loved the scene where he takes the Batmobile out. He fights that weird glow-in-the-dark gang.
Glow-in-the-dark city. The whole city's glow-in-the-dark.
I know. There's this random neon everywhere, and he gets propositioned by those prostitutes.
Yeah, weird.
Did you happen to
Weird.
recognize those prostitutes?
Oh yes, I did. Was it En Vogue?
It was En Vogue.
I never looked out. I never checked that out if I was right, but because I forgot. But I remembered now that you said it. When I first got a glimpse of them, I was like, "Holy shit, that's En Vogue!" Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what's going to happen with Robin?
What about him?
He's never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Come on, join me. Never gonna get it. Never
What's it gonna be if I can't pretend? Don't you wanna be more than friends? Only time we don't let go.
I don't know that one.
Don't let go. Have the right to lose control. Don't let go. And the rest
will
hey,
follow.
En Vogue, they were loaded with hits.
They sure were, man.
Yeah. How about the part where Robin is cleaning in the fucking Wayne Manor and he's doing like cool karate techniques when he's cleaning?
Oh my god. You know, it was funny. I was even looking for, I don't know why. I guess because it's Batman. I love him so much. I'm trying to cling to anything that I can to like, even when it's a hopeless, bleak, apocalyptic future. And when the Graysons are flying around, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, with
I don't remember this scene. I wonder if they'll do it well and make it dramatic when they die. No.
The Robin costume looks good in that scene.
Yeah, it looks like a cool precursor. Looks like a cool precursor to the. Yeah, sure, exactly. I agree. Best play MVP Robin pre-costume.
Yeah. What's going on with Two-Face? So he's supposed to be burnt, right? Or like his face is mangled in some way. But it's
burn.
so clearly just pink paint.
Yeah, it's a nice.
Why is it pink?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I've seen it in the comics. Purple, but most of the time it's green.
Yeah, in the cartoon it was blue.
Oh, what was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we settled on fluorescent pink.
Yeah, and who's tailoring all these outfits that are half and half?
I don't know, but it's pretty impressive.
It's very impressive.
Again, the speed with which these supervillains are able to create emblems and costumes for their people and themselves is always impressive to me.
I have a real problem with, he's supposed to be Two-Face, so he's supposed to be like 50% like a lawyer guy and then like 50% a maniac, but this guy's all maniac.
He's all maniac. He's no good. He barely flips that coin. Just like the Riddler doesn't tell any riddles, this guy's
and when he flips the coin, and he gets like do the right thing, he's always just like angry, and then he flips it again. So what's the point of the coin?
And I have to tell you, my friend, you might not know this, but right after the Joker, Two-Face is my favorite villain.
He's a great villain.
I love Two-Face.
By the way, the best surprise for me in The Dark Knight, the first time I saw it, because they advertised as the Joker movie, when fucking Two-Face showed up in that movie, I lost my shit.
Oh, you didn't know he was going to be in it?
Before going to see it? No.
Oh, I was privy, unfortunately, to fucking YouTube leaks and all that shit, so I knew. Yeah. I didn't really know how, but yeah. No, that would have blown your mind.
It did.
Yeah, I wish I wouldn't have known that.
Anyway. Yeah, no, Two-Face sucks in this movie.
What a waste.
What about his lair, which is cut up into two halves, and he's got two girlfriends, one of who's like a nice lady and one of who's like a dick. But why would the nice lady be dating this guy who's half maniac?
Well, she's dating the nice half. I don't know.
And why is Drew Barrymore in this movie?
Why is anyone in this movie, dude? I mean, this is it. When you look back at this movie,
and why is Drew Barrymore playing the nice one?
I was just gonna say that.
This is like 2 years after fucking Poison Ivy.
I know.
By the way, she should have played Poison Ivy.
Yeah, that would have been good. Oh my god, I can't believe I gotta watch that shit.
I can't wait.
Yeah, when you look back at this movie, if you try to look through it like a 2018 lens, it's kind of amazing how huge this cast is. Like, I know it was probably a big thing at the time, but now, some of these people are like legendary Hollywood people, whether or not they're good or bad or it's earned or not. You look back and you're like, holy Christ, you got Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey and Drew Barrymore and Nicole Kidman. It's like it's
It
loaded.
is crazy that fucking
It's
Nicole
loaded,
Kidman
right?
is the female lead in this movie.
Yeah.
Can I criticize Batman as a comic book?
You can do whatever you want, pal.
I think that the only good female character in the history of the Batman comics is Catwoman, and so they're just struggling in these movies.
Silver St. Cloud.
The first movie we get fucking Vicky Vale, and then we get Catwoman, but then it's like Chase Meridian in this movie. There's another rando in Mask of the Phantasm.
They charge far too much interest, by the way, when I lived in New York. That's why I didn't want a bank there. You couldn't open it. It wasn't free.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't free.
I like
Why
that.
did it have to be free? Chase, why did it have to be Chase?
So she's like a therapist, but I feel like she's just like boning all her patients.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she's what every guy wishes their therapist looked like. Yeah, and acted like.
My
more
therapist is
importantly.
attractive.
But no, I was gonna say acted like, like complete absurdo fantasy. I mean, give me a fuck.
And
break.
she's like ready to marry this fucking guy in like 2 seconds. They've been on like 2 dates.
Yeah.
And like
Val Kilmer, who's so
and Val
charismatic. as
oh
Jim
my
Morrison.
God! And Val
And
Kilmer as
none.
Bruce Wayne.
Right,
First of all,
nothing.
remember we talked about how insufferable Rocky is on his first date with Adrian. I think this Bruce Wayne on his first date with Nicole Kidman is worse. First of all, he's taking her to the circus.
Right, great date.
Yeah, great first date. Smell
Cirque
this
du Soleil.
manure for 2 hours. It's not Cirque du Soleil. It's some gross fucking circus in the middle of
Right.
Gotham.
Right,
And and he won't shut up about his dead parents. And of
True.
course, we got to get flashback to those fucking pearls. His mother's pearl necklace. And it's just every
My favorite sequence is my favorite part is when Two-Face says he's gonna blow the place up unless Batman reveals himself, and he stands up and screams like they can't hear each other.
I
They can hear-
know. He stands up and he goes, it's me, I'm Batman.
Yeah. And nobody sees him do
He's
that.
so quick to do that shit in these movies.
And it was so great because, like, Nicole Kidman, Chase Meridian is sitting right next to him. They're talking over crowd noise for the whole sequence, and they can hear each other just fine. The second he stands up and he says that, you're thinking maybe she went to the ladies' room or something, and she didn't hear him do that. No, she's right there. She just yelled, "I'm Batman! I'm Batman!"
Well, she finds out later because he tells her again.
That's inevitable. That's what happens in these movies. Yeah.
And then they end up together at the end of this movie and live happily ever after. And then by Batman and Robin were struggling so hard for fucking decent female characters that his girlfriend is Elle McPherson.
Oh my, I forgot about that. Oh boy.
Oh my God.
I forgot about that.
There's one weird scene where she invites Batman over at midnight, and Batman comes over, and she's like in a nightie in bed, and then she fucking makes out with him, and then says, "I can't be with you anymore. I'm in love with Bruce Wayne."
Right. She's ready to receive him.
It's like she was like, I've had my fun with you, Batman,
Right,
and for my last trick, I'm going to send you off with blue balls. So fucking she goes to Bruce, they have their first kiss, and Bruce, like, he cannot tell her he's Batman fast enough.
Oh my God. What a disaster zone.
How about the part where the Riddler and Two-Face trick or treat for Halloween at Wayne Manor, and Alfred just opens the door for them.
He didn't know, dude. They look like kids.
They're Tommy Lee Jones looks like a kid to anybody?
One of the funniest parts about that scene was that when the kids were coming to the door, I was like, because the movie's just so you're just like, okay, so when are they gonna come to the door? When are they gonna? And then they do, and then he
But
lets
they're
them
just
in.
giggling throughout this entire movie. I'm surprised that they even had that plan. I thought they were gonna like light a bag of shit or like TP Wayne Manor.
Did you read what Jim Carrey said?
What Tommy Lee Jones said about Jim Carrey.
Yeah, go ahead.
That is my favorite thing. What does he say? I heard this years ago that he pulled Jim Carrey aside on set one day and told him that he hates him and he will not stand for his buffoonery.
Here it is. I got it. The quote right here. I hate you. I really don't like you. I cannot sanction your buffoonery.
I cannot sanction your buffoonery. Yeah. I will not sanction it in any outhouse, hog house, pen farmhouse.
Outhouse, head house, dog house within 20 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Boy, that'd be intimidating if you're Jim Carrey to hear Tommy Lee Jones tell you basically,
I think Jim Carrey in 1995 cannot hear anything except adoration.
He can't hear anything except his own voice. He doesn't.
I bet Tommy Lee Jones said that, and all he responded was "Really." God, I have so many notes.
They should have cast you in this, dude. You're killing it.
There's so many notes I have here about Jim Carrey. He does that picture routine, and in the background, fucking Joel Schumacher put like a little organ music, and then there's like an Olympics motif at one point where Jim Carrey's like, "You might have to settle for the bronze." I just wanted Jim Carrey to sit down, stop moving.
Oh my lord. Oh. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Dan is not often a funny guy, but when he is, boy,
thank you, Henry.
He hits it home. Oh, that hurts. Oh. Okay.
Fuck this movie.
All better
also,
now.
There's a fart joke at one
better.
point. He says, what he puts like fucking tear gas in a place, and he goes, "Nothing like a bad case of gas." Oh, and what's up with his whole fucking like plan? He's invented like basically just a 3D television.
to suck brainwaves out of people.
Yeah, to suck brainwaves out of people. And of course, Bruce just like goes into that thing. It's called the box, by the way, which is great. You know, it's just the pussy I've been looking for. And
oh god.
And Batman, of course, like his only thoughts. Oh, my parents are dead. My mom's pearls. It's like, Jesus, this is go-to on first dates. I feel like there should be a group of women who have a support group. Oh, did he tell you the fucking pearl story too? Totally.
Oh, I need to take a break. Yeah, he would be a bad date. Yes. I'm out, man.
I hate this guy.
Sit down. Oh, he has a lot of outfits too. Did you like the silver one?
Yeah, he's got even more in Batman and Robin. Well, they're telling
the Riddler. I meant.
Oh, the Riddler. It's true, and I heard Jim Carrey helped design all of them.
Oh, stop it! Did he?
Yeah.
Oh no.
He's got fun hair a lot of the time.
Yeah, no, Batman suits are just off the charts here, man.
Everyone is. That Robin suit is fucking gross.
Well, was that a Schumacher idea to get the nips in there and the crotch?
Yeah,
and
of
the ass?
course. The big crotch plate and the butt.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
Joel. God, what are you doing, man? Ugh.
That's Joel Schumacher. Warner Brothers is like, make it more family friendly, and Joel Schumacher is like, fine, close-ups of crotches constantly.
Right. I mean, what a disaster. God. Does this movie succeed on any level?
No.
Financially, I guess it did.
Financially, yes. But no, this is Drek. I'm giving it a 1. It is a garbage movie.
I almost bumped it up a star just for your rant about it, though. I don't know. Feel like I needed it.
Well, you're not going to get this next week because Batman and Robin doesn't make me angry. Because Batman and Robin at least is what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
This movie's trying to be a movie and failing on every conceivable level.
Yeah. I'm soaking it up now. Then, yeah, no, it's utter garbage. It's a 1. My LVP is Tommy Lee Jones. My MVP, I didn't really have one. I'm gonna go with. No, that wouldn't be good. Yeah, whatever. Nicole Kidman. Why not?
I considered Nicole Kidman. She's less embarrassing than a lot of the people here.
She's embarrassing too, but not as bad as the other ones. Yeah.
That fucking accent, yeah. I'm a native of Gotham City, mate.
Gotham City's from down under.
Yeah.
It's based on Sydney.
I come from the Aussie district of Gotham City. It's over there, underwater.
Great Yarmouth area. Great Yarmouth. It's out in the outback. Another one we can cover. Crocodile Dundee.
Ooh, we should cover that.
We got 3 of them, right?
Got 3 of them, yeah.
3 of them, mate. Yeah. So, who's your MVP?
My MVP
and LVP. You didn't really.
My MVP is Bono. I love that song. It's great. Whoever put the soundtrack together, that's my MVP.
Oh, all right. Fair enough.
Seal and Bono are my MVPs, and my LVP is Jim Carrey.
Yeah, wow. I got to say, coming into this podcast, I did not expect this Jim Carrey.
I love Jim Carrey. I love Jim Carrey.
No, I know you do.
I even watched every episode of Kidding.
Yeah. Oh, was it bad?
It had its moments.
Yeah, but that's why I'm so surprised, and I guess it made it even funnier when you went off on him because I just was not expecting that.
This is unforgivable. Because I love the Cable Guy. I was always bummed out that the Cable Guy bombed, but you know what? Now I'm thankful because Jim Carrey needed a fucking loss.
Timeout. He needed a timeout.
Yeah, right? He did. He did. Give him a little perspective. Yeah, you're capable of failing, you dumb shit.
Okay. Fair enough. Oh, my. 1 star.
Yeah. You got a superhero count for this one?
Oh, God, yes. Oh, wait. That's not the right theme.
What is that?
I don't know what that was. Oh, here we go. I have like 48 recorded in there. I have a lot of political speeches in there. You want me to play one of those?
I'd love to hear it.
Sure. All right.
Got any Churchill?
No, but that's a good idea. Tommy Lee Jones, TLJ, was in Captain America: The First Avenger.
Oh, yeah.
Colonel Chester Phelps, who cares? Jim Carrey was in Kick-Ass 2.
Yep. A movie
Colonel
he later renounced.
Oh, did he? Because of the violence?
Yeah.
I remember that. All right, 2 more. The Ed Begley Jr. lookalike was in the Wonder Woman TV series as the unforgettable Mr. Kimball.
I thought that was Harrison Ford.
I knew you were going to say that.
All right, go ahead.
And Nicole Kidman, I saved the best for last.
Yeah, she's Aquaman's mom. I know about that.
There you go. There you go, mate. That's right.
That
Yep.
Aquaman movie looks like the worst movie ever made.
Yeah, I've been fortunate to not see a preview for
I've
quite
seen
a
it
while,
like
but
5 times.
yeah, doesn't he do that a lot? Yeah,
He's making a lot
that's
of
his
fun.
catchphrase, right?
He's real broy. Like his jokes are all broy. Like there's one scene at the end where Amber Heard, you know, the girl Johnny Depp beat up, she jumps
Right,
out of
right.
a plane and he goes, "Gotta love redheads, am I right?"
Yep, I remember that. I did
Yeah.
see that. Fish noise. Oh,
Booyah.
yeah.
Okay. What? Anyone else?
No, done.
Really?
Yeah, four count. Yep. Thought it would be more as well.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
that was it.
Val's never done any. The Saint? That's not a superhero.
No, Roger Moore was the Saint, though.
That's true. Okay. Are we done?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.